Whoa! It's the Illusion reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth. All right, man. We're jumping right back into the saddle of life. The past is the past, right? Can't dwell on the past. Can't fear the future. So, man, the amount of supportive emails. I got an awesome text message last night, like a long one, dude. Super supportive, you know. Life is a team sport, man. That's what amazes me is how people are there for you. People are there for me, man. We're all there for each other. And that's super important. And it really, really was a nice touch. Because yesterday I mentally just rolled through all of it, right? And which is sort of amazing because I used to have a tendency to kind of just get super depressed. Depression used to be kind of part of my story, man. And it was usually like a 3-day run when I got thrown off track. And, you know, to be able to pop through it all in about 12 hours is pretty, talk about restored to sanity. And so I had a really good experience at it again because it's not about what happens bad. It's how ultimately you get through it. And I felt pretty positive. I accepted the feelings. I accepted what was going on in my head. I looked at it. I allowed it to exist. And then I basically just had to move through it all. And I had a really productive phone call with one of my clients, I guess. And you know what he was talking to me about was the vulnerability of your videos kind of have this connection. And not a lot of people are actually doing that out there in YouTubeville or Cyberville. It's it was his encouragement that enabled me to post those 2 last videos. Because I was sort of just making them for myself. But then I realized talking to him that, you know, I'm probably not the only one who goes through these experiences. And yet, when I make some of these videos, I do feel the isolation of self. You know what I mean? Caught in my head. So I think it's a real positive thing to share the lows as well as the highs of life, because that is where there is a connection, because those are the hardest videos to put out there is the real ones. Man, I look around, you know, most people are trying to sell you it's all yeah. When no, there's some real stuff going on in life, and how do we get through those? Because there's no simple answers. There is no oh, you snap your fingers and everything's A-okay. No, you gotta process it all, and you gotta get through the thing. So I'm through the thing. And it was funny, I was sitting with the hologram last night and I was talking. I also got a photo of the video I was making yesterday morning, and he's the light being enveloped by the light, dude, is pretty rad. So I know I am protected and I am part of a magical plan. And I'm constantly reminded. So I was sitting there with the hologram last night. And we were talking, man, and about the thing, because she was kind of disappointed too how it all went. And I was talking, and I realized I have not actually had to go in and interview for a job in 20 years. Since I lived in Portland, Oregon. I got an interview for one in Bozeman, Montana once. But I've always just been called by someone and said, hey, dude, we need you, show up here. Or someone else hooked it up, and boom, I just showed up and I was in, dude, and I didn't have to do the dance. Didn't have to deal with any rejection or disappointment. And so that was a stunning revelation to me last night, because I was like, oh, no wonder it kind of got me, because I haven't had to deal with any rejection on that level in a long time, you know, and so it was a super good lesson for me, because I was able to realize that I can survive that, and that everything's ultimately going to be okay, and that I'm not alone, and that we are all a team of beings trying to vibrate our consciousness to the highest level and be in the light of God and exist there and carry out that mission of fulfilling God's plan for ourselves. And so, or his plan for us, right? That's it. I get a little excited here. But yeah, so I'm going into the day. I'm gonna drive my bro down to Dana Point, and we got a mission today. So there's I have purpose today, which is very good. But I had purpose yesterday, I think, which was the main way I was able to ride through it. I had to make that phone call at 1 o'clock yesterday. So I had to adjust my frequency to get to that phone call. I couldn't just call and be about me, poor me. I'm calling because someone else needs, you know what I mean? So we're doing good, and I just want to again thank my crowd out there, my big family out there in Cyberville, for sending me super encouraging emails and text messages and generosity. I had some very generous people last night come through in a big way I never saw, ever even imagined. And so, we are not alone. We are not alone, and it's all about dusting ourselves off and getting back in the ring, right? Look at that. I made some dust. Look at that stardust, baby. That is some magical stardust floating around there, man. It's not dust, it's stardust, people. Yeah. So I'm gonna jump into reality here, and I'm gonna take my wounds and I'm gonna roll with them, because you know what, man? Pain is the touchstone to spiritual growth, man. You hear it, it's a cliche, but it's true, man. I probably feel better about life today than I did the day before yesterday, in a weird way. I'm free of anticipation. I'm free of future tripping. I'm free of all the nonsense of my past. I'm just a dude sitting in a car, getting it warmed up at 7:50 in the morning, getting ready to drive to Dana Point. How's that? Yes, and 90% of why it's a positive day is you out there. We can't do this alone, people. All right, man. Let's go jam the world full of high frequency energy today, man. That's it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah.